What's up, everybody? It is your girl Glenda, and you're back with another episode of Whatcha Cookin Glenda. If you would like to be part of the G Squad, all you have to do is click that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you are notified every time we upload a new video. Now, before we get into this video, you guys know in the past I've always told you that this is a family channel, and what that means is you may see myself cooking, my husband, my mother, Curtis, Marcellus. You may see any of us cooking at any given time on the videos. But what we have decided to do is merge Chef Lawanda's studio, which is my mother's channel, with Whatcha Cookin Glenda. So from this point forward, and you probably have actually saw I think 2 videos so far that were from Chef Lawanda's studio on this channel. From this moment forward, moving forward, you will get Chef Lawanda's studio and Whatcha Cookin Glenda videos on this platform, this Whatcha Cookin Glenda platform. I hope that you all are continuing to rock with us, and I hope that you all will enjoy the merge that we have done. And it's all in an attempt to just get more videos out to you guys. And so we're gonna hit y'all from Chef Lawanda Studio, Whatcha Cookin Glenda, and we hope that y'all enjoy. On to the next video.
Hey, this is Chef Lawanda Studios. I'm getting ready to prepare some dressing, but first I need to use broth. Give me some really good broth so I can use for my dressing and my gravy. What I'm using here is some smoked turkey legs right here. I got some chicken gizzards right here, and I got turkey necks. Now, I'm gonna put all of this into that big pot right behind you, and I'm gonna let that broil until this meat gets really nice and tender. I'm gonna take this meat out of here and pull the meat off of it, off the bones, and start my process of making some dressing. So hang with your girl. Okay, over here I've got this pot, and these are my vegetables that I'm going to be using for it. I'm going to put most of these in here. I'm going to leave some for the gravy, just a little bit. I don't need a lot for the gravy. Use that much to help season my gravy. I also have fresh sage that I'm going to be using, and I got some melted butter. I'm using most of that in there. And as I do that, I have some sausage, sage, pan sausage with sage in it. I'm just going to use like 1/3 of it to mix up. And this is purely for seasoning, just like seasoning, nothing more. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and dissolve that in here really good. Make sure everything is not so hot when you do this, but we want to make sure that it's not in big chunks, the sausage. Going to make that really soupy. Okay, we're going to let this cook tender, and then we're going to add it to the dressing. Okay, this is Chef Lawanda again. I'm getting ready to put this dressing together. So as you can see, if you remember my cornbread recipe, this is the cornbread that I fixed the other night. And I'm going to be using about 6 to 7 eggs. I've got breadcrumbs, and this is like 7 hot dog buns crumbled up. I've got some melted butter for my vegetables. I'm using sage, powdered sage, but I also have fresh sage that I'm going to saute with my vegetables. I've got thyme, basil. I've got the pieces of turkey necks, turkey legs, giblets. All of these come from the broth that I had boiled this to get the broth. And this is the broth. This is about 1 gallon of broth that we're using for the dressing and as well as the gravy. Okay, I'm gonna get started. Okay, I have those vegetables already sauteed up. I'm gonna go ahead and add them to first of all, let me add the breadcrumbs to this. Get these breadcrumbs all mixed up together here. Okay, I got this all incorporated. The bread is already incorporated with the cornbread here. Then I'm going to add the sauteed vegetables. This was approximately 1 whole bell pepper, 1 whole nice whole big celery, 1 whole onion, and I had a whole package of fresh sage that was chopped up really well in my Ninja chopper. And let's see what else. And then the 1/3 of the sausage, sage sausage. Get that stirred up really good. Yeah, I added the fresh sage, but I'm also adding more of the powdered sage or rubbed sage in here, just a little bit right now. And if I need to, as I taste it, if I need to add more, I will. I'm adding basil to this. That's like a tablespoon of basil and thyme. That's about a teaspoon of thyme. It's actually all that I have. Let's see. Yeah, that's about all that I had. Maybe a teaspoon, a little bit more than a teaspoon of thyme. A lot of people asked if I do poultry seasoning. This is a combination of poultry seasonings, so I don't really use it unless I have nothing else. I'm not gonna say I would never use it, but if I don't have anything else and I'm at a crunch to make my dressing, I will use what I have. I'm like Glenda, or she's like me. We try to use what we have in the kitchen. You gotta utilize what you got. Okay, I got those all mixed up together. Oh my God, it's really smelling well now. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add my eggs to this. I'm gonna put 6 until I find out what the texture of my dressing is. Okay, now this is where I add the meat off in here. I might put most of it in there, and I'm gonna leave some for my gravy. We're gonna have a really rich and meaty dressing. Should be enough for my gravy left over, that much. You can see what's going on so far. I can get a zoom in from my editor. Oh man, this smells so good, Mon, so good. Okay, now this is where I add my broth. So I cleaned the pot and just took the broth and used it. I am gonna have to use that extra egg. I can see that already. Yep, that's coming along just fine right there, yeah. Yeah, how do I know how much and where my texture is gonna be? I can hear and feel. I don't know if you can feel that, hear that. To me, that's telling me the texture of my dressing is good. It's right on spot for me. Add some more. Now this was a gallon. I put almost a half a gallon of broth in it so far. I think this is 1 gallon container. I'm gonna have to check that out and see. You know, yeah, Mom, I got it going on here. Look at that. Okay, and if you can see, this is how much I have left, which is just enough for my broth. I'm gonna add the rest of my melted butter in here. This is a really rich, very rich. Okay, it's time for me to taste. Now I know I need to add more seasonings, and that is going to be black pepper and seasoning salt. Ooh, girl. Okay, let's get some black pepper. Getting some black pepper to put in here to give that pop that it needs. That's a little bit over a tablespoon, I'm gonna say, of black pepper. I'm gonna add a little bit of chicken flavoring to kick it up. I don't want a whole lot. I do not want this to go salty at all. It has such a good flavor. So I don't know about adding the seasoning salt to this, since I did the extra chicken flavoring, and you know that this has sodium in it, so I'm gonna make sure I got that right. I normally add a pinch of seasoning salt in here. Now look at that. This is the consistency of the dressing. Now remember, it's gonna be baked as well. Ooh, I'm telling you. Put a little bit more black pepper. Remember to taste. I have a daughter, and she don't like to taste her dressing after she add the eggs because she don't like eggs like that. I don't know what to say about that because, you know, I actually I don't know what to say about that because I taste my foods. If I put eggs in them, I am definitely going to taste it and see how the outcome may be. All right, we got these big chunks of meat. Look at that. Now tell me that's gonna be good. That's it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bake this on 350 for about 45 to 50 minutes. Get back with you when it's finished. See you later. Okay, I got a bonus for y'all. I'm going to show you how I make my giblet gravy. Now, you know in here there is giblets and turkey and necks and turkey thighs. Here I've already added the vegetables that I had left over from my dressing. They've been boiling in here vigorously for about 10 minutes. Here I have some roux. I may not use it all. It's a raw roux. And the reason I say it's raw because a lot of times the roux have to be cooked. You need to cook it while you're preparing the roux. But this is just flour and vegetable oil to thicken it up. I've got my black pepper. I've got some more chicken seasoning. And I've got some seasoning salt. And I don't have canned milk is what I normally use. So I'm going to put a little cream in it, but it's about ready to get there. I also have I don't know how many of you use boiled eggs in your gravy, but it's just been a tradition of mine. So I just take one boiled egg and either chop it up or squeeze it off in there. So right now I'm going to go ahead and tighten this up, thicken this gravy up. It has just a poultry seasoning, just a really good flavor. So I'm just going ahead and pour this in, stir as I pour. I don't know if I'll need it all. I'll let that thicken up some before I add more. I forgot about my boiled egg, and I did this boiled egg in the microwave. So if you want to know how I did that, I put it in a bowl and I filled it, covered it with water, hot water. I set my microwave on 4 minutes, and I got a boiled egg, y'all. Didn't even have to wait for it to boil on the stove. I'm gonna add a little bit more roux to this. Now I've got cream over here, so that's heavy cream, so I'm gonna just stop right there when it comes to the thickness that I want. I hope you guys can see that. Go back up the temperature. Oh yeah, that is really good gravy as well. Okay, now I'm gonna turn this so it can just start to simmer. I don't want anything to start thickening here. I'm gonna add black pepper to this. It's about a tablespoon of black pepper. Go ahead and blend that in. And I'm also going to use a little bit more of the chicken flavoring. Yeah, I got a teaspoon. A little bit over a teaspoon I use for that. I don't want it to be over salted. You can see the vegetables in there. Remember to taste as you season your food the way you want it. I like a lot of black pepper in my stuff. I don't know why, but that's why I'm always buying black pepper. Okay, this time I'm going to go ahead and add the meat in here. I don't know if I want to put all of this because I got meat for my, now that looks just about right. I got a lot of meat in my dressing, so that looks just about right if you can see that. Like every spoon I lift up, there's meat, so that's enough. I didn't use quite all of it. I don't want to overpower with meat because it's gravy. Other than that, I would just throw some dumplings in there. We got some turkey and dumplings going on, but we're making a giblet gravy here. Giblet gravy. Absolutely no more salted anything. This is perfect the way it is. This time I'm going to add some heavy cream to that. Oh, I wish I had milk. I've made a mess here. Canned milk, but this will work. I forgot I had already opened that top on there. I'm hoping this heavy cream would thicken it up a little more because it's not the gravy I want it to be. So let me add a little bit more heavy cream in it. I'm saying that was probably about almost a half a cup total. There we go. Now this time I'm going to cut up the boiled egg that I boiled in the microwave. I just want to see the egg, no big deal. Now we're just waiting for the dressing to be completed. There you go, your gravy. Okay, get back with you when that dressing is ready. Okay, y'all, we're gonna get ready to get this dressing out of here. And here we go. That's your cornbread dressing. Let's get a little bit of it here. Look at that. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, that is so good. Look at that. Look at that. All right, now if you like the contents of this video, click like. If you haven't subscribed yet, what you waiting for? So comment on this if you like. Any questions I can answer, I'd be happy to. Y'all have a blessed one till the next time.
Jag brukade läsa om kärlek, fascinerande. Hur de var galna i varandra.